Hello, everyone. This is Martha Hines with Living the One Light. So today I am feeling called to continue to speak a little bit more to some energies around this Uranus North Node Mars alignment that's coming up on July 31st and August 1st, 2022. But these energies certainly pertain to that alignment, but they are relevant always, forever. And the message that's really wanting to come through about all of this right now is, through me specifically, is aligning heart, source, earth, and self in order to find the pure wisdom that we and our world truly need. So I want to say a few things regarding this energetic, and it's some of it is a little bit of a repeat of what I've said in recent videos, but the spirit world keeps emphasizing these ideas over and over and over and over again, and they want me to say it again, but in a slightly different way, a little more twist, a little more clarity on certain aspects of it. So before I start, I also want to say that the spirit world is asking me to host a special gathering on the morning of August 1st. So 10 a.m. Pacific time, a special gathering for us to come together at the timing of this Uranus North Node Mars conjunction. At that exact time during the meeting itself, Mars will be moving to conjunct the North Node, and then later in the day, Mars will conjunct Uranus. So I'm going to be holding this space for us to drop in together to what this alignment is, what it feels like to ground into ourselves as earth, our heart, source, divine, all in alignment as one thing. And then also, so I'm going to hold space for a channeled message that will be recorded, and that you can be there live, or you can have the recording later. Either one is fine. For those of us who are there live, I will also then hold space for asking questions and for being with each other and sharing what is alive when you ground, when you come into that alignment of the divine that is you. In that moment, what is alive for you? What's the wisdom that is alive in your body, in yourself, in your knowing, in yourself as the divine, yourself as earth, yourself as body, yourself as you? I love to be in that space with people. I love to hold space for that wisdom to come through each of us. So that's the intention of that meeting, is to do about 45 minutes to an hour of a channeled healing meditation to ground into that space and that alignment in that moment, on that day. But also, and again, that's relevant anytime, because there is no time, there is no space in the ultimate reality. But then also to hold space for those of us who are there live to do any sharing or asking any questions that feel relevant. If you want to be a part of it, but you can't be there live, you're also welcome to send me questions ahead of time, and I'm more than happy to answer those questions on the recording also. Yeah, so back to what the spirit world wants me to convey. They want me to emphasize again the meaning of, or one way of interpreting the energetic of Uranus in Taurus, because that's an energetic that is present with us for many, many, many years. Uranus first went into Taurus in 2018 and is going to be in Taurus we're currently, Uranus is at 18 degrees Taurus, I'm sorry, Uranus is, 18 degrees Taurus. And so it's 30 degrees in each sign. And so it's barely over halfway through Taurus. So we've got years more to go. And we're halfway, or in the middle of the timing of Uranus being in Taurus. So the spirit world is wanting me to ground again into what is Uranus and Taurus. Well, one way to think of Uranus in general is that Uranus has to do with the intelligence of the divine. And Uranus, wherever it is, can be thought of as the intelligence of the divine in that energetic, whatever it happens to be. So Uranus in Taurus can be related to the intelligence of the divine as Earth, the intelligence of the divine as our bodies, the intelligence of the divine as us incarnated here as Earth beings in Earth bodies with Earth and body intelligence. So that just that in and of itself is a really key and really important energetic to be feeling into, to be gaining the wisdom of, to be remembering that, it brings us here on this planet. It frees us up in a certain sense also, that when we are on this planet, there's a divine intelligence that infuses that in that experience. And so we're not locked into any particular way of being in these bodies or being here on this earth, yet we are on this earth and we are in these bodies. And our bodies hold this incredible intelligence that our minds and even our hearts and, every part of us holds a certain way of having wisdom that the other parts don't. It's just different. So Uranus and Taurus can even remind us that often our bodies know things before our mind does. And we know that on a physiological level, even, right? When we touch a hot stove, our hand recoils because our body knows to move away. Our mind doesn't need to slowly think, oh, this is hot, you need to move away. Our hand does it before our mind even realizes what happened. So that's part of remembering that our body has this incredible intelligence that is, something that our mind can't even comprehend, literally. So then we come to the next component of this alignment. We've got the North Node moving through Taurus, coming to conjunct Uranus. And the North Node is our collective soul intention. That's one way of thinking of it. So it's like the North Node, I think of the North Node as like a focal point, a focal, and it's a way of focalizing and focusing our energetic direction on a collective and a personal level. So the North Node conjunct Uranus in Taurus is focusing, is extra focusing us on this intention of Uranus and Taurus, which again is about the intelligence of ourselves as beings of the divine, beings of Earth, beings of our bodies. And then we have Mars coming through Taurus, and it'll also be conjunct the North Node and Uranus, all on the same day, August 1st, well, here on the west coast of the Americas. It'll be conjunct on August 1st. So Mars coming through and meeting up with Uranus and the North Node also is just activating the whole thing. It's like, one way it's feeling for me is we've got Uranus and Taurus is giving us a reminder of these things. The North Node is saying, hey, this is really important, like focus here. And Mars is coming along and saying, do it. If you don't do it, like if you don't consciously align, it might just align for you, that kind of a thing. And again, I'm not saying that in a scary way. I'm just saying that in a energetic way. It's just extra oomph, focus. Like the North Node might help us focus, but Mars helps us focus and go. So and it gives us drive, and it gives us will to really go with that alignment. So it's very powerful and so it holds a lot of potential to really help us get this alignment. So in my own prayers, my own meditation in the last couple of days, it's just adamant. The spirit world is so clear and adamant that we need to come into this alignment here and now. Like, this is just energetically what is happening and what we need to do. So what they keep showing me is this golden rod, connecting the heart of source, the heart of the light of source, to the heart of the light of our bodies, or really, our heart too. Especially, well, they should show the rod going through the heart, the light of our heart. And then, so the light of source, the light of the heart of source, the light of the heart of our bodies, our human selves, and then the light of the heart of the earth. And all of these three are, of course, not separate. They're all the same. They're all microcosms of each other, or they're all holograms of each other. And there is no time and there is no space. So in reality, they're all one. But we can experience them as separate. And when we then align them and connect them, we suddenly are dropped into this grounded, radically grounded, aligned being of the divine and of earth and of our bodies that we are. So this brings us to another layer of this that I've been really getting told to speak to over and over again, and I'm going to be speaking to it. I'm writing an article, and I'm going to be speaking in a couple different forums where I'm going to speak to this more. So I'll say more on this soon. But something that has been really coming up for me over and over again, and first really arose during one of the panel discussions in the Rebecoming the One symposium, which you can still access for free. 42 talks, an opening ceremony, and 4 panel discussions, all for free on my website at livingtheonelight.com. Amazing speakers, all of these people. So, but on the last day of that symposium, we had 4 panel discussions, and one of them was called Returning to Wholeness. And on that panel was Heather Ensworth, Eric Roth, Louise Eddington, Maura McBratney, Christina Lee, and me. And it was an amazing conversation. I highly recommend watching that video. Again, those are all on my YouTube channel, and you can access the whole thing for free indefinitely on my website, livingtheonelight.com. So certainly please do that. But in that panel discussion, I had a bunch of ahas in the moment of the actual conversation. And one of the ahas that keeps coming up in my praying over and over again is this reality that on this planet, there's so much trauma. And we have a huge number of issues that are very important, very key. There's a lot of suffering going on, and we want to help this suffering. We want to solve these problems. And that's great. And we, as a collective, are in a chronic trauma state. We are scared, and we are upset, and we are traumatized. It's just reality. And I don't think there's a whole lot of getting around that. But if we are trying to come up with solutions to these issues, and we are in that trauma state actively, if our physiology is in our sympathetic nervous system and is in fight or flight mode, doing part of this trauma reaction, which is normal, with the 4 trauma reactions being typically fight, flee, freeze, or fawn, right? Those are the 4 typical reactions to trauma. We do one of those 4 things, or a mixture of them, actually, often. And our bodies tend to be in our sympathetic nervous system as opposed to our parasympathetic nervous system. So our sympathetic nervous system is what turns on when we need to run, we need to get away from something scary, something is actually threatening our life and it's an emergency, we need to go. So our sympathetic nervous system switches on our adrenal system, can make our heart beat faster, our lungs breathe faster, and we can go, which is great if we're in an emergency, and not so great if we are feeling that way constantly, because it also raises our cortisol level. It also suppresses our digestive system, so we're not digesting as well, and it suppresses our immune system. It heightens all the things we need to survive in the moment, and it suppresses all the things that are not crucial in that exact survival moment, which again is great for survival, not so great for our long-term way of being. And the other thing that the sympathetic nervous system does is when we're in that state of being with the sympathetic nervous system, it also suppresses our ability to think in the big picture, think long term, come up with creative solutions, and think outside the box and kind of think of things we haven't before. So when we're in our sympathetic nervous system, we're very focused on this immediate moment. Just, I need to get from A to B, I need to survive, I need to not die right now, and so here's what I need to do. As opposed to when we're in our parasympathetic nervous system, we can be relaxed and open, and our digestive system is working, so hopefully we don't have a stomachache, and our heart rate is regulated, and our breathing is regulated, and our minds and our bodies start to work in sync. And we start to expand into all of who we are, and our brains are able to come up with much better ideas, and we can think long term, and we can think about the big picture, and we can have more empathy, and all of these things make life much easier, right? So that's the parasympathetic nervous system is what is really the most beneficial and healthy over the long term, both for just our health, for our emotional well-being, but then also for coming up with this, finding the wisdom that our world needs. So bringing it back to the point of this video, which is, this is what the spirit world is saying to me over and over and over again. We need ways to come out of that sympathetic nervous system reaction and come back into our parasympathetic nervous system, right? So we can be in this most optimal place for helping ourselves and helping our world. And not to mention enjoying life and all of those things, but and have a thriving, it's hard to have a thriving existence when we're constantly in a trauma state. So there are many, many, many ways, infinite ways to come out of that sympathetic nervous system and back into the parasympathetic nervous system. But one of the ways that the spirit world really wants me to be conveying and holding space for, and what I am holding space for in various gatherings and things that I'm doing, including the one on August 1st, which you're welcome to come to, and then again another one on August 13th, is holding space for us to come in, drop into that radical grounding, that alignment of ourselves as earth, heart, source, the divine, and our soul selves. And when we come back into that alignment, that vibration of ourselves as the divine, as earth, as our hearts, as source itself, we drop into this place where, again, our parasympathetic nervous system can come back online. We can feel, even just for a moment, even if we just give ourselves, 5 minutes, even 1 minute of going there, we can suddenly, our bodies can relax and have a moment to rejuvenate. Our nervous system can get a break. And our body intelligence can come back online. Our heart intelligence can come back online. Our divine intelligence can come back online. And our intelligence as beings of this earth can come back online. The earth itself has a chance to connect with us fully. Really, really we are earth, but we're often, doing this, and so we're pushing away from the earth. So when we're relaxed, the earth can come back and embrace us and speak as us, be us. We are the earth. We are the cosmos. We are the divine. We are our hearts. We are source. And we are our minds too. We're all of it. And so, yeah, that's what this alignment of this Uranus and Taurus, North Node in Taurus, Mars in Taurus, all at 18 degrees, all coming together is one opportunity of it, as the spirit world is saying to me so adamantly, is to drop into, again, aligning heart, source, earth, and self, to find that pure wisdom that is us, and that our world needs, and that our lives need, that we need. So I would love to have you join me on that August 1st gathering, where we're going to drop more fully into this reality together and be present in that alignment together with the guidance of the spirit world. And then my next gathering will be on August 13th. That'll be just a regular soul wisdom gathering that I'm going to be holding every month. So this upcoming special gathering is Monday, August 1st, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Then the next gathering is Saturday, August 13th, 10 a.m. And you're welcome to either or both. You're also welcome to join my monthly membership, which I'm just starting. If you would like to be present at these gatherings in general, that's, they're not very expensive to begin with, but then that's even less expensive for you. So I would love to have you join that if that calls to you. And then I'm planning some upcoming workshops, which I will name more specifically soon. And if you are wanting a one-on-one session to drop into this 18 degrees Taurus alignment of Uranus, North Node, Mars, I would love to hold space for, what is this divine intelligence as you really trying to speak through your life, and what is it really meaning for you? What is it really holding for you? If that calls to you, if you would like a session around that, please reach out to me, and you can book a session directly on my website, livingtheonelight.com. Or any time. I mean, obviously there's always these alignments that come up. This happens to be just an incredibly powerful one this year, and I would love to help you know how it reverberates in your own life. I'm feeling it very, 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 very strongly in my own life, and sometimes those ways are not expected. Well, Uranus is involved, so it's not expected, but I would love to hold space for you individually or in the group for what's coming into alignment for you. What is this divine intelligence speaking as you, for you, in your life? I'm here holding that container. So that's the intention of this video. That's the intention of these gatherings. And that's the intention of one-on-one sessions with me also. Wonderful. Thank you so much for listening. And yeah, again, be in touch anytime, livingtheonelight.com. And my email is livingtheonelight@gmail.com. Thank you. Sending you big hugs and a lot of love.